Being involved in the Open Art Exhibition is an accessible way for everybody to participate and to be present in the community and to enjoy and experience other people's work.
It's just nice to have an opportunity to display your work and to see it amongst other people's work.
The Kirkby Gallery is a very important part of the community.
I'm Billy White and I'm part of Pinkwood Art and Craft Group. We meet every Thursday from 11 till 4. We've been running as a group for over 25 years. But I've got some good artists in the group. My oldest member is 90 in October. The youngest one is 16. And they've all got paintings in the Open Art Exhibition. And it's nice to see their pictures on the wall. Even me, I've done 2. I have problems blending. So my speciality is cartoons, because cartoons are a definitive line. There's not much blending to do. So that's how I do. I'm down to cartoons. The technique I was taught for people who can't paint is you get the picture, you get a piece of acetate, you go around painting with the OH pen, with a pen that doesn't rub off. You go around it, then you put on the OH projector, then you blow it up onto the canvas, and with the pencil, you go around and you copy everything with the pencil. Because with the pencil, you can paint over it. It doesn't stand out, those black pens. Go around with the pencil, and then you've got your colour, you've got your picture, and then you start painting. I'm still learning after 25 years. The good thing about it, we're all teaching each other. We help each other, and it's not even just with painting. The ethos of my group is we're there to help each other. They're not just members now, they're friends. And that's the one thing I look forward to every week.
Hi, I'm Sue.
Hi, I'm Rita.
Hi, I'm Margaret. We're all part of a creative writing group, the Gallery Scribblers, that takes place at Kirkby Gallery.
What we decided to do was to run workshops for people perhaps who always felt that they wanted to write but didn't know where to start.
I loved the friendship of the group once that developed, and we sort of became close through a shared experience of writing. I can validate my writing as well. I like sharing it with other people, which I never thought I would.
And it was just great because we were all in the same boat, and then you could see people growing and getting better at what they did, and it gets in your head, and you go to bed and you're thinking about those things, and you're constantly thinking about writing. It's given me so much pleasure. Behind the red door, you asked, told me, demanded, made me, you didn't care. Now I'm standing outside, terrified, wanting to flee this place, staring tentatively at the flaking paint of a once striking red front door. No key needed, long empty, deserted, ghostly forgotten abode. Intake of breath, I push against the door. We have these prompts called word cricket, and basically Sue will give us an opening line, and then we just start writing, so you can have no time to think. The theme that we were doing that week was about ghost stories, and it started. I am proud of it, and I hope people like it.
The door slammed shut. The door slammed shut, and then there was silence. Voices drift away from him. He checks the time. 10 more minutes. He opens the folder and becomes tearful. The young woman's future laid out bare. Tarot. It's based on a real story. My husband attended a clinic. You could hear people's footprints and cricking and people crying, and there was no privacy. But not one door closed. Every single door slammed shut. Your turn to go in to see the doctor. I found it a bit difficult to write at first, but I was happy with it because I felt as if it did explain to me how I felt. The door slammed shut, and then there was silence. I feel stronger in what I write, to move from being that scribbler to being a writer. I might listen to people, you know, as they walk around, do that bus stop thing, you know, you get on the bus and you listen to people behind who sit in front of you. I might do that, be the secret person in the gallery.
Always, you know, liked art at school. And I've been retired 21 years now, so I took it up more, you know.
Although we didn't know when we met, I love art as well and used to do well at school at art, but I didn't do it at all. And then when I retired, I started going to classes. But we've exhibited with Knowsley Open Art since it started. So it's over 20 years. We love it. We love this exhibition, it's brilliant. This one is called Honesty, which I love. I love that plant. When it's died off and the seeds are there and the texture of it, trying to get that into a painting is quite difficult. And you've got just this left, these papery little discs, and they glow, they're beautiful.
It's like silk, isn't it?
Yeah, it has silky texture. I put all these little shadows in where the seeds are, and then all the little marks that each individual one has on, and a little bit of colour because they're not exactly white. And you can see little spots where those seeds are inside the pod. So it's at a stage in the Honesty's life where it's ready for the next generation.
Mine is taken from a photograph in a magazine of old Huyton. Well, I always start with the sky, you know, and the distance, you know, they get all that in first.
Yeah.
And then work forward, which is the only way I know how, actually. Anyone who comes from Huyton will know it, you know, it's quite well known.
And I know this approach and how it's changed over the years. Yeah, I always loved Bob's work.
She's biased.
I do. Yeah. We love coming to the exhibition as well, because you go round and you see everything, and then you've got to come back again because you can't possibly take it all in. It's so varied.
It's based on finding bits and bobs, whether it be on eBay or antique shops or antique markets or flea markets, collecting interesting bits and then putting them together into what's referred to as assemblages. So it's like it's a three-dimensional version of collage, really. This one, for instance, is based from an episode in the Alice in Wonderland books, and this one is from Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. So the starting point for most of my work is to find an object, whether it be a gauge or something which I found in a car boot sale, I think, or a broken cup. And once I've got a starting point, I then have to try and find bits that will go in within the boxes to create the work. One of my little challenges is to make all these boxes exactly the same size. And then the challenge is to actually find things that will actually fit in that box. And sometimes we get it right most of the time, but sometimes you might be a centimetre out, half a centimetre out. But after you've done a few, you kind of get used to the idea that that will fit in the box. That's part of the adventure for me, is actually finding the bits to put in these boxes. Yeah. So a lot of our holidays are spent actually trolling junk shops looking for bits.
Really, since leaving school, I haven't done much art at all, but with the lockdown, I bought a box of acrylics, half price, absolutely fabulous value, and this is my first time exhibiting. This is my piece based on an Andy Warhol poster. I've replicated the colours, but the subject matter is different, inspired by COVID and the masks that we've all been wearing. I wanted to create a poster-like image based on bold colours, based on repetition and based on pop art. The second piece is based on a book that we've got at home, full of iconography. Again, my starting point was a book that I'd looked at before full of Russian iconography, Russian jewels, about the high church, and just getting all these jeweled type of patterns and the image of the face and the hands and the gown.
I'm Barry Kelly, I'm the Service Manager for Adult Provider Services. I manage all of the adult provider services in Knowsley, which is for people with learning disability, autism, complex and additional support needs. Obviously the inclusion in the Open Art Exhibition and competitions and things like that, people appreciate other people's work, but obviously other members of the public come and appreciate the work that our service users do. So everyone's equal in that same way, which is really important. In this Open Art Exhibition, we've got 25 to 30 service users exhibiting their work. Oh, it's amazing. I think that there's a real pride and there's a real sense of achievement. And I think that when people see it hung professionally on the wall, the sense of pride that they get from that is tremendous.
My name's John Williams. I'm part of the careers team at Activate College. Activate College is a specialist college in Kirkby, and we work with students 19 to 24 who have a learning difficulty or disability. Our association with Kirkby Gallery started in 2019 when we approached them about some work experience and volunteering opportunities for our students. And since then we've had some of our students working here, one who's actually still here as a volunteer now. So following on from that, we got to know about the Open Art Exhibition and we were invited to take part. We actually had our own standalone section, which is fantastic. It was also on the ground floor, which is accessible to all our students. So for us, it was a fantastic experience, fantastic opportunity, something that we're keen to get involved with again.
I'm Yvonne.
And I'm Sue.
And we've known each other for many, many years.
Brought up our kids together.
Yeah.
And now we're all retired and having fun in retirement.
Doing art things together.
Yeah. It was always in the back of my mind that one day I'm going to learn to paint and draw. Took early retirement and the first thing I did was look for an art class.
Sue's like my art consultant, so she spots all the courses and stuff, and that's how we come to be here actually today. Particularly during lockdown, it's been like a godsend for me, and I try and do some art like most days. Two pieces I bought were inspired by some photographic work by Peter Lindbergh, but I also wanted to sort of interpret them in a more sort of abstract way. Because I love abstract work and I love figurative work, so I thought, great idea to combine the two. I've started off with an abstract background, thinking about the colours, but it's sort of fairly random. And then I drew the pictures from the photographs, and when I was happy with those and I got the sizing right for the boards, I traced them and then put charcoal on the back of the tracing paper and then superimposed them on the boards, and then just so rubbed the outline, so because it's quite tricky otherwise. If you try to paint direct onto that abstract substrate, it'd be very difficult. So that's how I approached it, getting the sizing right. And then when I painted the figure on, I then included some collage work on very fine tissue paper, I think it's called tissue tex, which I've applied with like a medium paste, and it actually sort of, you can't even see the collage paper in the end, it just sort of is absorbed into the painting. So I'm quite pleased with them because I think they complement each other.
So this is a watercolour that I worked on and finished about 2 years ago before the pandemic hit us. There's quite a lot of measuring goes into making sure that the features are in the right place on a portrait of a human or an animal or anything like that. So once I was happy with the drawing, it was a matter of putting on the wash layers in the background and then building up the detail on the creature's body and face. You wouldn't believe how much work has gone into this, to be honest. It looks quite straightforward, but to create this kind of misty background with the watercolour washes was quite tricky, and then getting all the detail onto the animals' fur and face and trying to make it look realistic was quite a few weeks' work. The background was built up out of misty washes to build up this kind of halo effect around the animal, and then the trick was to get all the detail and the proportions in the face, especially the face and the ears, the legs right, and then to build up gradually the light and shade in the subject until it began to look at you out of the picture, really.
It's such a diverse exhibition, and then you've got children's work, which is brilliant. You see these young artists coming through.
Hello, my name is Maddie and I've been an artist for at least 5 years. I do love drawing two things, which is horses and cartoons. I used to draw horses, their bodies, like sausage dogs. They were really long, but now they look like proper ones. I kept on practicing and I got a lot better throughout the years. This is my second time exhibiting in the Open Art. This was the one that I entered into the Open Art last time, and this is the one that won. This is the artwork that I've entered in for this year. I've gotten really interested into cartoon art, and he's one of my favourite cartoon characters, so I decided to draw him. It's a picture of Stitch going on an adventure. He's a cartoon from Lilo and Stitch. I like that there's a road here, so that symbolises adventure, and he's got a book of maps. This sign up here says long road ahead. That also symbolises there's an adventure coming up as well. So I like seeing a blank page, and then at the end I like seeing it full of colour and life.
My name's Tobias Austin Holmes, and I've been an artist for most of my life. Maybe 2 or 3 years of age, drawing on the wall or drawing on a little piece of paper. And I love 3D drawings, cars, people, houses, buildings. It's just fun to try and make them 3D. For the past 4, maybe 5 years, I've been coming to the exhibition, and my earliest one was the racing cars. So this is my first ever painting in the Open Art Exhibition. When I was 3 or 4, I did this. I remember painting the sky here and drawing the road lines. Well, this is just the beginning, and it just evolved, really, you could say. This is my latest drawing, which I put in the Open Art Exhibition. You can see it was near my birthday. Say happy birthday, and my dad helped me with the blending of the colours, as you can see, around the edges, the purple of the balloons. The best thing about it is that I've got the spider webs right, and the spider, see there. So that was the best thing, which I was happy about. You can wipe the smile off my face for the week. I think I'll still exhibit here in Kirkby for maybe the next 10 years. Yeah, definitely. I think it'll be fun to be seeing all of the other artists' work, and maybe I can learn something off them as well.
It feels part of community. You know, it's great to see that people actually enjoy producing work and seeing it all together in a full gallery.
It's just nice to have an opportunity to display your work and to see it amongst other people's work.
The Kirkby Gallery is a very important part of the community.
Yeah, and it does make you feel good, I must admit. You know, I can see why people say it's art is great for well-being.